Well, let's get more on this now. Dr. Amanda Mergler is a lecturer in the School of Early Childhood and Inclusive Education at the Queensland University of Technology. She's co-founded a national group called Girls Uniform Agenda. Terrific to have you with us today. Can the clothes a child wears to school impact their formal education?
Absolutely. We know that when children feel more comfortable at school in what they're wearing, then they're able to pay attention better. We hear from girls all around the country that say, I'm cold at school, I'm freezing cold wearing this dress, and that means I can't concentrate. There's been research done where researchers have sat in classrooms and watched girls having to crawl under desks to plug in their laptop, and they're desperately trying to hold down their skirt because they don't want to flash the other people in the class. So there are many ways that the forced requirement that girls wear skirts or dresses can get in the way of their formal education.
And have there been any studies of how teachers treat children when they're dressed along gender lines?
I don't know that there are studies that specifically focus on teachers and their responses to uniforms. One of the things I'm finding when I look into the research is that there actually isn't a large amount of research that's really looked at the role of girls' school uniforms in the classroom. There's been a small bit done that shows that yes, it impacts negatively on their exercise and their ability to move. There's been some done where girls have been asked and girls say, I do less exercise because I have to wear a dress or a skirt. But there's not a lot that looks at teachers' responses to that.
Uniform policy in school communities is often quite fraught, can cause some very interesting discussions among parents and teachers alike in the playground. Is this push that you're talking about designed to introduce uniformity across what boys and girls wear to school, or is it about ensuring students feel empowered to wear what makes them comfortable while learning?
Girls' Uniform Agenda are very clear that what we are aiming for is that pants and shorts for girls be added to school uniform policies. With time, we may see that all options are made available to all students, and students then get to choose what works for them. Certainly in the world in which we live in our everyday experiences, women get to choose what they wear to work. Children, before they get to school, get to choose what they wear that day. So it seems strange that we have this middle section of schooling where girls are forced into skirts and dresses when they may not wish to wear that.
There may be some people watching this interview today who are actually wearing a uniform for work. They may be thinking, well, you know, kids might just have to get used to it now. It is something that in times of our life does need to be tolerated. What is your response to that?
We do hear that argument from time to time, and what we continually argue is that workplace uniforms are not allowed to be discriminatory. So in Australia, you are not allowed to have a workplace uniform that says a woman in this workplace must wear a dress. That is against the law, as it absolutely should be. And we need to have the same rules applies in schools. We agree that schools can set a uniform policy, but that policy cannot discriminate based on sex.
Dr. Amanda Mergler from the Queensland University of Technology, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you, Kirsten.